DSP tries it.
First, there was the cheesy stuffed gordita. No, it's the cheesy gordita crunch, excuse me. Then came the quesarito. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at Taco Bell, they have the Quesalupa. If you haven't seen an advertisement for this yet, you've probably lived under a rock. It was a huge thing during the Super Bowl this year that they advertised, and it's all over everything. I mean, look at the cup. Look at the bag. Now here's the thing, and this is what's a little bizarre and what we're going to find out today in this new episode of DSP Tries It, where I'll be checking out the beef version of the Quesalupa. Quesadilla, right? Chalupa. So you would think it's supposed to be like a chalupa with cheese, but it's weird. If you look at the shell, it doesn't look like a chalupa. A typical chalupa is like a puffy fried shell, and this one looks different. So I'm curious to see how exactly this is going to turn out. In the commercial, it looks unique. It looks different than anything that they sell already, so I guess we're going to find out what it is. So here we go. Quesalupa, first of all, $2.99 for the beef version, $3.99 if you want chicken or steak. So it is an upgrade in price if you want chicken or steak.
Don't forget the breakfast version.
I opted for the beef, yeah. I don't know what comes in the breakfast version.
Probably egg or sausage or something.
I really don't want to know either, so. So here we go. Whoa. So first off, if I can get this unwrapped. There you go. First off, it is completely different from a normal chalupa, as you can see. That is a different kind of a shell. It actually says here, the cheese lover's shell. Extra cheesy center, and it even comes with this piece of cardboard that kind of sits on it to hold it in place. It's cool because look, on one side it actually worked. It held in the ingredients, and the other side doesn't have that little piece of cardboard, and all the ingredients came out. So there you have it. Looks like to me like you got cheese, you've got your lettuce, you've got your tomato. It looks like there's a little bit of sour cream. So it's basically it's like the Supreme Beef Chalupa. Pretty much the same stuff that comes on the regular Supreme Beef Chalupa comes on the Quesalupa. So I will try to force the meat back into the shell here. What I'm also gonna do, I will apply some hot sauce. If you ever go to Taco Bell, do not get the mild sauce because it tastes like nothing. The hot sauce at least has a little bit of a heat to it, but almost nothing too. Fire really is a little bit of spice. So, all right, so I'm gonna apply this, and then we're gonna try the Quesalupa. It's actually quite big. It's bigger than a normal chalupa, so I might actually do two hot sauces. Let's see here. Apply the sauce.
While he does that, we can look at their idea of humor with I'm Ketchup's hot sister on their hot sauce packet.
It's hilarious.
Hilarious. I like the I do one. Perfect for taking your girlfriend and then confusing her thinking that there was a marriage proposal and her hating you that there's a marriage proposal at Taco Bell, but simultaneously excited that there's a marriage proposal, and then the awkward, uncomfortable ride home when you explain
I guess it depends. Some people probably wouldn't be too excited about the marriage proposal, depending.
My English teacher proposed to his wife with a Happy Meal.
Wow. So, right now I got hot sauce all over my hands, so I'm cleaning them up before I go to bite this thing. Okay, clean it off. Alright, so it looks like obviously you're supposed to take it from this end, because that's the end with the cardboard. You lift it up. I don't know how this is going to be. I guess we're going to find out how much cheese is actually inside the Quesalupa. So let me take my first bite of the Taco Bell Quesalupa. I got no cheese whatsoever.
Good sign. Oh yeah, there's the hole, but there's
empty.
no cheese. Oh my god, if it's entirely empty, I'm gonna die.
There was zero cheese in that bite. It was just an empty shell. So let's try it again.
Oh my god, this is not good.
I'll bite a little deeper. Empty.
Oh my god, are you serious? Do they have to do this ahead of time and they forgot, or do you just get a really understuffed shell?
So far I've got no cheese at all.
Oh boy. Oh.
There was a tiny bit of cheese in the bottom that I just tasted. For the most part, most of that bite, empty. No cheese.
God.
The other side of the Quesalupa now has the ingredients erupting, so good thing that I have this plate down here to catch them.
Mm-hmm. Definitely not car food.
So, I mean, everything inside is exactly the same as in a normal chalupa. So it's not like I can really rate the beef, rate the ingredients. It's the same thing as a normal chalupa. But I'm trying to taste this cheese inside this thing. All right, let's keep going, all right?
You're gonna eat the whole thing.
I might have to eat the whole thing.
Cheese. Are you serious? Oh my god.
Look. Air. Where's the cheese? Right here it looks like there's a tiny bit of cheese, so maybe if I can bite from the bottom now.
Yeah, maybe it all just like melted and sank to the bottom or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that's so weak looking compared to the advertisements.
And, quite honestly, the cheese that's in this doesn't even taste as good as the cheese in it on top. It tastes like, you know what it tastes like? Polio string cheese. So I think what they did, they mass produced this shell with this refrigeratable cheese, like, you know, highly refrigeratable cheese.
So they could have it frozen and shipped to the different Taco
Right,
Bells.
so they could mass produce it. It's not normal cheese, so it doesn't even taste as good as what's inside the thing.
So they couldn't just take 2 tortilla shells, stuff some cheese between them, melt them or fry them or whatever the process is.
You don't even smell cheese. All I smell is fried dough. That's what it tastes like. A piece of generic plain fried dough is what this tastes like. Wow.
Wow, I'm glad they spent all this money advertising it on the cups and the bags and everything else.
Maybe all the cheese is on the other side. Let me take a bite from the other side.
Okay.
All the air was on the other side. Look at that. Even less.
Oh my god. What the hell? Cheese.
This is ridiculous. This is completely false advertising. If everyone's is like this, there's no cheese in this thing.
Well, you know, sweetie, I've just figured it out. The problem is that this is Supreme, which comes with tomatoes and the sour cream. You can't even get tomatoes on a regular soft taco anymore. So this is the drawback now. The more ingredients they add, the less cheese they put in the shell.
This is pathetic.
This
try again. I'm gonna eat the whole thing. I'll try again.
You're not gonna find cheese. Just give up. Give up, there is none.
See?
There's like a single thin string.
Yeah. Almost, and it's almost flavorless because it tastes like cold cheese. It tastes like cold melted cheese, like on a pizza that you put in your fridge and you took it out and nuked it in your microwave and it's like rubbery old cheese. That's what this is.
Sounds delicious. I take it this will be a perfect 5 out of 5. Ugh. Awful.
Wow. I've eaten many things on DSP Tries It. Many bad things over the years. At least if something's bad, it usually lives up to what it says it is. It may just taste bad. Like the KFC Double Down was awful for you, but at least it was what it said it was. This isn't what it says it is. This is a tiny, really thin, cold, nasty tasting layer of cheese put inside of a shell that, by the way, and I'm gonna be very honest here, doesn't taste as good as the normal chalupa shell. A normal chalupa shell tastes a lot more fresh and has almost a, what's the word? Almost like a freshly fried taste to it. Oils, you could taste that in a well-fried chalupa shell. This just tastes like it's old. Like it's been in a fridge for 2 months.
I think it probably was.
It probably was. They probably mass produced them way ahead of time. And it just sat there. Wow. For $3, this is one of the most disappointing things I've ever had at Taco Bell, for sure.
Or possibly anywhere.
I can't, the only thing I can do, I can't give it a 0. The reason I can't give it a 0 is it's edible, and it is decently heavy. It's as heavy as a normal Supreme Beef Chalupa. So I can't say it's you know, oh God, it's disgusting, but it's not good at all. It's a complete false advertisement. The cheese is not good at all, and there's very little in the shell. It's basically an empty shell with a tiny bit of cheese that tastes crappy. I'm giving it a 1 out of 5. One of the worst things I've ever had on DSP Tries It. for all the wrong reasons. It would be one thing if it was what it advertised, it wasn't tasted bad. This is just pathetic. It's a cheap ploy to get you in the store, and it's bad.
I give it a 0 out of 5 for being a very terrible, unoriginal idea.
How did this pass their quality control? That they thought that this is terrible.
What quality control? They don't even put tomatoes in the soft tacos anymore.
That's a cuisine design choice versus something here that says it has some cheese in it. There's no cheese. It's empty.
There's no tomatoes. Everything about Taco Bell like reeks of lack of quality control.
It. Now, that's not true. Some things at Taco Bell are actually quite good, or at least live up to what they say they are.
I guess.
This does not. This is pathetic. 1 out of 5. One of the worst things I've ever done on DSP Tries It. Don't get it. Unless your local Taco Bell, everyone's raving about it. Maybe they got the good batch. That is crap. And I would not spend another $3 on that. That is ridiculous. I will get a regular, by the way. Good thing I bought a regular chalupa, just in case this was bad. So I have a regular chalupa to eat and enjoy now, rather than eating that old tasting crap.
How bad is that, though, that you were so skeptical about it that you bought one because you didn't even believe that it would be good?
Who knows? I mean, it could have been great, and then it would have just been left over for later, but whatever.
No.
1 out of 5, do not get the Quesalupa. It's just false advertising, and it's pathetic. That's it for DSP Tries It. I'll see you next time.